I'm hearing you say it now. That's not what you was telling me before. It was just 10 minutes. How was I supposed to know? Because they told you.
This case is a masterclass in how a small mistake can spiral into big legal trouble. Meet Devin Coates, charged with criminal sexual conduct, but out on bond with strict GPS and home confinement rules. The judge made it crystal clear: work, court, doctor, attorney, that's it. But Devin thought a quick 10-minute Wendy's stop wouldn't hurt. Now he's facing missed tests, tether alerts, and bond violations stacked against him. This isn't just about fast food, it's about whether the court can still trust him. Do you think this was an innocent mistake or a reckless disregard for court orders? Let's dive in.
Okay, this is case number 25S00682FY. People said Michigan versus Davon Coates. I got a stack here of reports from pretrial services supervision unit about Mr. Coates being no-shows for bond violations. This would be, let's see. Okay, so I got one for report date was the 24th of September. It says he's incurred a strap alarm on his GPS tether. That occurs when the strap of the tether is damaged or removed. Further, be advised that the above individual is in violation of the tether conditions due to unauthorized stops. Per the current court order, the above individual is on a restricted schedule. The above individual may leave for work, court, medical, and attorney visits. The above individual incurred the strap alarm on September 20th at 3:32 p.m. Home confinement, the tether company spoke with the individual regarding the alarm, and he reported that the device was secure around his ankle and he was in the shower at the time. He indicated he would work on getting a ride to the tether company's office to have the device inspected on 9/22. The above then failed to show for the appointment on 9/22 and rescheduled for 9/23. He reported on 9/23 at 3:46 p.m. The tether company noted there were no signs of tampering and all hardware was replaced. Due to the nature of the alarm, home confinement contacted the victim, the alleged victim, and on 9/23, pretrial supervision advised the above that he must get the tether device inspected. On 9/23, the GPS points indicated unauthorized stop at a Wendy's on 8 Mile and Warren from 11:49 to 11:59. On 9/24, pretrial contacted him about the stop, and he was reminded of his conditions and the stops allowed. As of 9:15, no contact with Jalela Holloway or LaShonda Lynch Walker.
As the judge reads through the pretrial reports, it's clear this isn't Devin's first warning. He's missed multiple alcohol and drug screenings and even skipped tether check-ins. These aren't oops moments, they're patterns. Judges see this as a red flag. If you can't follow basic conditions, how can you be trusted in the community? What's fascinating here is how the system tracks everything: GPS coordinates, timestamps, even where he stopped for food. The Wendy's stop might sound harmless, but under house arrest rules, any deviation can land you back in custody. Imagine losing your freedom over a burger run.
No assaultive contact with anyone, and do not go to an address on Wakenden and Redford. No weapons, no drugs, ETG once a week, drug test once a week, GPS tether within 36 hours, house arrest except work, school, court, verified medical, and attorney visit. No negative contact with children or anyone under 18. As of August 4th, ETG testing once a week and drug testing once a month. So there was a missed ETG on September 23rd, a missed drug test on September 23rd, a no-show on September 16th for ETG, no-show for a drug test on September 10th, a no-show on September 16th for a drug test, which goes along with the no-show for ETG on the same date. Then the 10th, there was a no-show on the ETG and drugs. September 16th report was when he enrolled on the GPS monitoring. It said they went over the rules and regulations of the tether. He said he understood, including the exclusion zones, and he has incurred at that time no violations. That's well before the ones we just talked about on the tether. So those are the problems. Tether strapped loose, stopping at places like Wendy's when he wasn't supposed to, and then missing alcohol and drug screens on the dates in question. Did you have a chance to go over that with him?
And I have, as far as the mistake, he would acknowledge, so, you have the money issue with them, picking up enough to pay for tests. As it relates to the GPS tethers tamper, obviously they checked it, there was no kind of influential, and then stopped at Wendy's. They called and claimed we can't make a stop at Wendy's and get
They
through.
told him that on the 16th.
He understood that. Yeah, I think, he wasn't thinking about whether he could stop.
But if you can't think, you don't need to be on the tether.
Judge, what I would address is two things. One, he has a job. He is capable of paying for it. He did test yesterday. That's my understanding.
How long has he had the job?
Just got it.
Now we see the defense attorney trying to spin the story, arguing that Devin didn't mean to break the rules, that it was just a misunderstanding. The lawyer even requests to remove alcohol testing, saying drugs or alcohol weren't part of the underlying case. But here's the problem. Pretrial supervision isn't about what the case involves. It's about control and compliance. Testing is proof of accountability. When a defendant starts negotiating which rules should apply, judges see that as a lack of respect for the system. What do you think? Should the court cut him some slack or tighten the leash?
Like it's been like a week.
The other thing, Judge, is I would ask the court to consider removing the testing because the court has heard the testimony in this case. It has nothing to do with drugs or alcohol. It's a sex assault case. And to this point, I haven't heard anything that would suggest that drugs or alcohol were involved in this case at all. But that's worth considering that as well.
Okay. What would you like to say, Mr. Shockley?
I mean, Your Honor, some of the facts of this case would be drugs being involved by supplying the victims with drugs and or alcohol. I think testing's more appropriate. We have GPS tether violations. I don't know why we were asked to remove the GPS tether. Preliminary exam is halfway through in this matter. The court granted him grace by giving him this GPS tether. He's not abiding by the terms and conditions. He was reminded of the conditions and then proceeded to immediately violate them directly after being reminded again after being grazed and avoiding the first violation with no tampering. Those places he's not supposed to go. I mean, these are serious offenses.
Stop that Wendy's for 10 minutes, Judge. I mean, I don't mean to belittle it.
You're supposed to go to the gas station, Wendy's, wherever. They're not supposed to. A rule is a rule, sir.
So then,
What would you like to say?
I was leaving the tether place. I was actually with my mom, and we just grabbing a bite to eat. We didn't.
So what?
I was leaving. I was driving past it, but any other day when I go to work, I'm going drug testing. I send documents.
Prosecutor Chapman isn't buying it. He steps in hard, reminding the court that Devin was already warned multiple times and yet violated conditions again. He even points out that the grace of a GPS tether was already a second chance. The prosecution's angle is clear. The court can't play babysitter. Once a defendant starts bending the rules, especially in a serious assault case, the risk skyrockets. It's not about the stop itself, it's about the mindset behind it. Devin keeps calling it a mistake. The prosecution calls it a pattern. And honestly, both can't be true.
When I went and got my job, I sent my documents. So it's not like I'm just saying I don't care about the rules. It was an honest mistake. And when they called me and they told me, I haven't made it.
Do you realize you cannot stop anywhere except for those authorized places? You can't even go get gas.
I don't. I'll be at the house. When I leave work,
I'm at the house. Like, I can't do nothing. I know how I was affected.
So how is that an honest mistake if you knew?
I wasn't thinking. It wasn't like, I'm thinking like if I never first of all, I never even been on Tether. This is my first time. So I'm thinking like if I leave from the house, I can't go. And once I'm at the house, I can't go nowhere. I'm not even thinking it's gonna go off if I'm passing the Wendy's and I stop at the Wendy's to grab me something to eat for a couple minutes. You know, it's not like I went to a red zone or I went somewhere that I wasn't supposed to be that's in the zone.
And so you're saying they didn't explain this to you?
Oh, they just told me anywhere I go, I have to have documentation. Like if
So they never said you got to go straight home
they never,
unless you're going to work, school, a doctor's appointment, or a lawyer.
when I talk to them, they say, all right, go straight there. Like, all right. But when I left from there, I don't know.
So that's not straight. Wendy's not straight anywhere. That's a stop. Listen, you know what? It's just your freedom, that ain't mine. So I'm just gonna remand you to custody because it seemed like you're gonna argue with me. And let me just say this: I'm not the one. I'm going home tonight. You not. Okay? Listen to me. No, listen to me. This your problem. You don't listen. I'm trying to tell you that's a stop, and you're gonna argue me. Well, it's just 10 minutes. I don't care if it was 1 minute. It's a violation of the Tether rules. You got to get that through your head. You can't come in here and argument with me about that.
I'm saying that there was one mistake that I made and I haven't messed up since then. That's what I'm saying.
What you saying to me?
That's what I'm explaining to you. That's
not what I'm hearing. I'm hearing you say it now. That's not what you was telling me before. It was just 10 minutes. How was I supposed to know? Because they told you. You're supposed to understand these things. You got questions, you're supposed to ask it. I'm not supposed to be dealing with this kind of stuff. You got some criminal sexual conduct is a serious charge. And you only got not one count, several counts of it.
This is where the drama peaks. The judge is visibly done. Devin keeps arguing that it was just 10 minutes, but the judge shuts that down hard. I'm going home tonight. You're not. That's courtroom thunder right there. It's not cruelty, it's accountability. Judges deal with hundreds of excuses a week, and when a defendant minimizes a violation, it signals denial. Devin keeps insisting it was an honest mistake, but when you're out on serious charges, even 1 minute off course can land you in jail. Would you have risked your freedom for fast food if you were in his shoes?
We got to keep tabs on you. And you talking about, wow, it was a mistake. I didn't know. No, you're supposed to know. Now, I have done what I could to try to give you some freedom and to protect the public or the alleged victim here till we can figure out what has happened in this case. And most of this hinges on what you do as to whether you stay out and you are able to continue doing what you're doing. You don't come in here and try to explain to me why it was just 10 minutes. How you weren't thinking. Well, I can't have nobody not thinking and they're out on serious charges like this. You're supposed to make a stop anywhere. It just seems to me that's pretty basic. Unless it's a verifiable doctor's appointment, lawyer visit, court, or your job. You're supposed to be at home otherwise. What is this? This can't be that hard. It didn't say stop for 10 minutes at the Wendy's. It didn't say go to the gas station. It didn't say go to the corner store, pick up something to drink. It didn't say any of that. And I got people do all of this dumb stuff. You one of them.
At this point, the judge is spelling it out like a teacher talking to a stubborn student. You can't even stop for gas. That line says it all. Devin's issue isn't the tether, it's that he doesn't grasp the gravity of his situation. When you're charged with criminal sexual conduct, every move is monitored to protect the public and ensure compliance. The judge isn't just enforcing rules, she's protecting trust in the justice system. She even says it straight. I can't have someone not thinking when they're out on serious charges. That's not anger, that's law in action.
It is not in the rules. I'm trying to figure out why you don't understand the base. It's real basic. Okay.
Judge, as it relates to the testing, my only response is obviously Mr. Shoppy wasn't here for the exam. Was?
I was,
Were you?
yes.
Okay.
I don't know this was a vulnerable victim.
I don't recall a single bit of testimony about her being applied with alcohol and drugs.
Okay, but these are normal conditions of bond, and I'm just going to continue that testing. Yeah. I'm trying to think about what I want to do with this tether, because if I remove this tether, he toast. He going in the back and wait for the rest of his case. You know, he doesn't have money. Well, you're supposed to find some money for your testing. You got, well, good. He's got a job. This is, we've been going through that. Yeah, missed test way back in August. When's our next date? October 31st?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to continue your bond with the terms of your GPS tether till October 31st. If there's one more missed anything or one more violation of the tether, just know that I'm going to change that situation on October 31st. So is there anything I need to know that's coming down the pipeway? I'm gonna make a note. So we're talking 9/23 no show, and we're talking 9/16, 9/10. And we're talking about any unauthorized stops beyond the 9/23 Wendy's. So then I'm going to change tether and increase the bond or remand. All right. So essentially, I'm not doing anything yet. Kind of reserving. Mr. Shockley will not let me forget this on 10/31.
Lydia won't let you forget this.
Oh, this is her matter. That's right. Okay. Miss McHale. Okay. There we go. Line is continued for the moment. Okay, what we got?
In the end, the judge gives Devin one last lifeline. Continue his bond for now, but with a clear warning, one more violation and it's over. No more Wendy's runs, no more missed tests, no more excuses. This is the justice system's balancing act, giving defendants freedom only as long as they earn it. The judge's patience is running thin, and on October 31st, Devin's fate could change drastically. What do you think? Did the judge handle this fairly, or was she too harsh? Drop your thoughts below. And if you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns every week.